So I guess it's safe to assume that their personalities are two-dimensional?
As two-dimensional as the animation. Speaking of which, how are the visuals?
The anime was produced by Studio Sebek, and even though they're unforgivably incompetent with adapting story and character, Love Hina's animation is certainly better than Negima's, which is ironic because it came out a few years prior. Love Hina was one of the first anime to be produced entirely on computers, so for the most part the animation looks very clean and crisp, but it doesn't really impress since it's not much higher than above average. There are some noticeable hiccups. It's pretty easy to tell that different animators worked on different episodes. This is in fact always the case. Even 12-episode anime will have more than one art director, but animation should always look uniform throughout, and the untrained eye should see no difference. In Love Hina, character designs are inconsistent from one episode to the other. So sometimes the faces will look alright, but other times they look like they're lazily drawn, to put it nicely, so to speak. The character designs in the OVAs look closer to the manga, but it doesn't really make up for much.
The music is unremarkable overall. Most of the time the score is that cartoony jingle stuff that anime composers really have to stop using. Piano is used at other times when the mood is more serious or sad. In other words, this score is exactly what we're used to hearing from comedies, and as a result, you'll never remember it after you're done watching the episode. It's hard not to like the opening theme, however. Sakura Saku is infectiously catchy, but the ending theme feels a little too serious for an anime that is so lighthearted. Kirari Takaramono, the opening theme for the OVA series, is nowhere near as charming as Sakura Saku, and the visuals are very fan servicey. The ending is a lot of sugar and, again, fan service.
As for the voice acting, ugh, where do I begin? The dub has some experienced and well-known VAs, but generally speaking, it's terrible. First, I want to mention Kaola Su. In both the anime and the manga, she states that she's not from India, and therefore should not have an Indian accent. And what happens in the dub? We're forced to hear Wendy Lee do her best impression of Apu from The Simpsons. Yes, I did say Wendy Lee. When I found out it was Wendy Lee, one of my favorite VAs who gave such an unlistenable performance, I was both shocked and appalled. The only ones who sound decent in the dub are Keitaro, Seta, his goofy friends, and Haruka. All the other girls in the dorm sound like they're middle-aged or something.
The English track overall just sounds like one of those YouTube fan dubs. No one sounds natural in giving their performance. I mean, yes, they get better as the series goes on, but the damage is done from those first couple of episodes. The Japanese track is a different story, but it is nothing to write home about. This cast has some very famous voices, including Yuji Ueda, Yui Horii, Satsuki Yukino, Nana Mizuki, Aya Hisakawa, and even Megumi Hayashibara. But all of this 5-star talent is completely put to waste.
What can I say? I can't even think of anyone I can recommend this show to, unless you're really, really, really horny. This is one of those anime I would classify as bored anime. The kind of show you watch just for shits and giggles. Nothing more, nothing less. It has every cliche that has plagued the harem genre. Need I say more?
Love Hina is a romantic comedy that fails to be either romantic or funny. I could give a damn whether or not Keitaro ends up with Naru, Mutsumi, Kanako, or the turtle, which, by the way, wasn't really cute as so much as it was annoying. I'm never going to remember this show in the future because I was so bored watching it. I guess if you're a fan of harems or you like your anime to be as standard as possible, then this is the show for you.
I couldn't agree more. And with that in mind, I give Love Hina a 1 out of 5. Only because I like how it expanded on Shinobu's character. But one episode isn't enough to make up for everything else. How about you, Ellen?
I'm actually going to rank it a little higher and give it a 6.5 out of 10 because there is so much better stuff out there than this, true, but I don't feel like I had my intelligence insulted that much where I have to give it a very low score. But I have to say that trying to incorporate the mysticism of Sue's family felt really forced in, since this was supposed to be a normal, everyday setting. But that was the only time where I felt like they were asking me to buy more than my brain was letting me accept from the show in the first place. So I guess that's it. You know, I like reviewing anime with you, Overviewer. Maybe we should do this again.
Sure, it was an honor and a pleasure to review with you. This is the Anime Overviewer. Be sure to check out Ellen's channel as well as my upcoming review on Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. And as usual, have a nice day.
Have an awesome day. Auf Wiedersehen.